Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Nabila sentika.
My name is Saza risma.
My name is fini fiolananda.
My name is Nurul anisa.
My name is Yesa, anggita.
So today on this opportunity, we will explain about noun phrase material. So happy watching.
Lesson 28, the basic structure of noun phrases. There are all kinds of noun phrases, and we can discover them by seeing some of the things we can substitute for the noun phrase. The little girl, the underlined portions of the sentences below are all noun phrases, and any one of them can replace the little girl in the sentence, the little girl laughed. For example, the cute little boy laughed. Jimin laughed, they laughed. Of course, there are lots of things that cannot replace the little boy. For example, my very quickly laughed, near his laugh, went away laugh. You are probably not surprised to learn that my very quickly, near his, and went away are not noun phrases. Next, test yourself 28.1. For quick tip, 28.1, a noun phrase can consist of a noun alone. For example, audiences John. Underline the noun phrase in each of the sentences below. Girls often want to be a teacher. They said the weather is bright. Jaehyun was riding bicycle. So the underlined noun phrase is girls, they, and Jaehyun. Next, test yourself 28.2. The quick tip for 28.2, a noun phrase can consist of the determiner, one or more adjective, and a noun. The determiner and adjective are optional. Underline the noun phrases in each of the sentences below. For example, the soccer player was overjoyed. The weather looks very sunny. 1 minute seems very precious. Notice that these noun phrases don't have to appear only at the beginning of the sentence. For example, the police catch a robber. I look at his friend. Do you know that guy? Test yourself 28.3. Underline the noun phrases in each of sentences below. In this exercise, the noun phrase will always consist of a determiner or any kind plus noun. Some sentences may have more than one noun phrase. For example, the security opened the gate. Your boyfriend looks great in this picture. My balloon blew off in the wind. Here are examples of noun phrases consisting of a determiner plus an adjective plus a noun. Or the whole noun phrase is underlined. The best fruit is grown based on the season. My new laptop is completely damaged. That old shirt is my favorite one. Example 28.4. Underline the noun phrases in each of the sentences below. In this exercise, the noun phrase will always consist of determinant plus adjective plus noun. Some sentences may have more than one noun phrase. For example, my young cousin got on that scary roller coaster. More example, that beautiful baby was born in a small house in a metropolis city. The elderly man published a novel. His new adventure began with those strange message. Test yourself 28.5. For each of the underlined noun phrases below, decide if it is determiner plus noun or determinant plus adjective plus noun. Sample, he was not in a reasonable mood. Determiner plus adjective plus noun. For more examples, the pleasure in his voice was real. It was determiner plus noun. That annoying customer still got a good deal. It was determiner plus adjective plus noun. Count your presents. It was pronoun plus noun. Next, underline the noun phrases in each of the sentences below. In this exercise, the noun phrase will always consist of determiner plus adjective plus noun. Some sentences may have more than one noun phrase. For example, the pushy, aggressive salesman at the automobile dealership was not helpful. For more example, the small gray cat ran away. Me and my friends love watching the horror thriller movie. Some Japanese cars are very rare.
Test yourself. 28.7. Underline the noun phrase in each of the sentences below. In this exercise, the noun phrase will always consist of a pronoun. Some sentences may have more than one noun phrase. Example, he is always good to her. Example, they run away. I love watching Korean movies. They were extremely ambitious. Noun example, water. Adjective plus noun example, cold water. Determiner plus noun example, a teacher. Determiner plus adjective plus noun example, a smart teacher. Pronoun example, she. Test yourself. 28.8. Identify the part of speech of each word in each of the underlined noun phrase below. It will be either noun or alone, determined plus noun, adjective plus noun, determined plus adjective plus noun or pronoun or alone. Example, he spoken in a friendly, cooperative manner. Determiner plus adjective plus noun. Example, the pleasure in your voice was real. It was pronoun plus noun. I still have that infamous blues. It was determiner plus adjective plus noun. I forgot to return it to you. It was pronoun. Test yourself. 28.9. Underline the noun phrase in the sentences below. There may be more than one in a sentence. Sample, I am sharing the relevant information with you. Karua traveled often. The blazing sun can cause damage to your skin. The unlucky man get in trouble. Test yourself. 29.1. Quick tip. 29.1. A prepositional phrase consists of a prepositional plus a noun phrase. For example, in the closet. Underline the prepositional phrases in the sentences below. Look for the positional that begins the prepositional phrase. Example, she knew a lot about that place. Example, the garden is near the lake. She always eats her lunch with a methodical thoroughness. There was a mosque between the hotel. Test yourself. 29.2. There are the same sentences as in Test yourself. 29.1. This time underline the preposition with a solid line and the noun phrase with italic word within each of the prepositional phrases in the sentences below. Sample, She knew a lot about that place. My friend had lunch at Ris's factory. She was sitting by the open window. I never looked at him again. Next, test yourself. 29.3. Underline the prepositional phrases in the sentences below. A sentence may contain more than one prepositional phrase. Look for the prepositional that begins each prepositional phrase. Sample the code. Remember the detail in every moment her passed. Yuma arrived in Koyohama around midnight. My auntie running into the office and breathed a sigh of relief. We went we went to see the live along the Han River. Next, verb phrases. Test yourself 30.1. Quick tip 30.1. Every verb phrase contains a verb, for example, like live. Underline the verb phrase in each of the sentences below. In this exercise, the verb phrase will consist of only a verb. Sample, the family arrived. The little girl smiled. The music played. Mickey disappeared.
Self 30.2. Quick tip 30.2. A verb phrase can consist of a verb plus a noun phrase. For example, catches the ball. Underline the verb phrases in each of the sentence below. It may help to first find the verb, which is the first word of these verb phrases. In each sentence here, the verb phrase consists of a phrase plus noun phrase. Example, welcome them. For example, their younger sister crossed the hall. Conti ordered soup. He created a monster. Next, test yourself 30.3. Here are the same sentences as this. Yourself 30.2. This time is each sentence underline the verb with a solid line and the noun phrase within each verb phrase with italic word. Example, we welcome them. More example, he cried a monster. Frank broke the plate. Sherry and I left the house. Yourself 30.4. Underline the verb phrase in each of the sentence below. It may help to first find the verb, which is first word of these verb phrases. In each sentence here, the verb phrases consist of linking verb plus adjective. Example, we are hungry. More example, the children got excited. Still embarrassed. The new director proved difficult. Next, test yourself 30.5. Quick tip. Here are the same sentences as in this test yourself 30.4. This time, within each verb phrase, underline the verb with a solid line and the adjective with a shockingly thin. Example, we are hungry. More example, the argument was silly. The dress felt comfortable. Stephen became sick. Next, test yourself 30.6. Underline the verb phrases in each of the sentence below. In some sentence, the verb will end action verb alone, or it will be followed by a noun phrase. For example, show the cat. In other sentence, the verb will be a link verb and might be followed by a noun phrase or by an adjective alone. For example, looked hungry. Example, he prepared his spice. For example, we adore you lovely the little girl. She grew impatient. You son grew. Test yourself 30.7. Here are the same sentence as in the test yourself 30.6 this time. Indicate if the verb process used indicates is verb alone, verb plus noun phrase, or verb plus adjective. Example, he prepared his fish, verb plus noun phrase. For example, does flower look gorgeous? Uh, the look gorgeous is verb plus adjective. Most able, brilliant, adult work, bullied, adult work. This is verb and noun phrase. I rejoiced them. Rejoiced them. This is verb alone. Test yourself 30.8. Underline verb phrases each of the sentence below. It might help to first find the first verb, which is the first word the verb phrases. In each present tense her, the present phrase consists of a verb plus prepositional phrases. Example, he frequently come to my office. For example, the boat floated in the water. He looked for me. The sun appeared above the horizon.
Test yourself 30.9. Underline the verb phrase in each of the sentences below. The verb phrase will either be verb alone, verb plus noun phrase, or verb plus prepositional phrase. Look for the verb to help you get started. Example, this is for the whole family. More example, the road trip ended. The band played my favorite song. Brandy's 3-month-old baby smile. Next. Test yourself 30.10. Here are the same sentences as in test yourself 30.9. This time, indicate if the verb phrase you identified is verb alone, verb plus noun phrase, or verb plus prepositional phrase. Example, this is for the whole family. Verb plus prepositional phrase. More example, our neighbor returned from their country home. Verb plus prepositional phrase. The band played my favorite song. Verb plus noun phrase. Brandy's 3-month-old baby smiled. Verb. Next. Test yourself 30.12. 30.11. Underline the verb phrase in each of the sentences below. The verb phrase will either be verb plus adjective or verb plus prepositional phrase. Look for the verb to help you get started. Example, you look pretty. More example, the morning seemed peaceful. It rolled under the bed. The show was disastrous. Next. Test yourself 30.12. Underline the verb phrase in each of the sentences below. In each sentence, here, the verb phrase consists of a verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. It may help to first find the verb, which is the first word of these verb phrases. Example, I called my wife during intermission. For example, Vivian ate calcium to her bed. She knits that blanket from unusual wool. Her housekeeper rises, thus clothes in warm weather. Next, test yourself 30.30. Underline the verb present each of the sentences below. The verb phrases will be either verb alone, verb plus noun phrase, verb plus adjective, verb plus prepositional phrase, or verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. Example, he prepared his speech. More example, your sister is a talent finest. Robert threw himself into the battle. The over sounds unrealistic. Next, test yourself 30.14. Here, here are the same sentences as in test yourself 30.13. This time indicate if the verb phrase you identified is verb alone, verb plus noun phrase, verb plus adjective, verb plus prepositional phrase, or verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. Example, he prepared his speech, verb plus noun phrase. Your sister is a talent pianist. It was verb plus noun phrase. Their doctor operated at the at that hospital. It was verb plus prepositional phrase. Robert threw himself into the battle. It was verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. Next, auxiliary phrase. Lesson 31. The basic structure of auxiliary phrases. What are some sentences with helping auxiliary verb? Here are a few examples with the helping verb underlined. She should study. She has studied. She is studying. In this sentence, the main verb is a form of study, and the helping verb is helping to give us information that we can get from the main verb. Quick, quick tip 31.1. The basic helping verb of English are A. Can mean show with must, could, might, should, would. B. Have, has, had. C. Mr is was, were, be, been, been.
Alright, I will continue with the material. Quick tip 3.1.2. If a sentence has got a main verb and helping verb, so the main verb is always last. So does every sentence of English have helping a verb? Here are some examples of sentences that don't having a verb. Each only has a main verb, which is the underline. So the first example is she studies every day. She studied every day. He leaves at 9 in the morning. He left at 9 in the morning. So the underlined word is showing the helping verb. Next, test yourself 3-1-1. Decide whether or not each sentence has helping a verb. Look for the main verb which is underlined and see if there is a helping verb before it. The example is he talked about himself. Helping verbnya no and the helping verbnya yes. The example is you invited everyone. I must buy some milk. Harry lives in Europe. So you invited everyone, the helping verbnya is no. And I must buy some milk, the helping verbnya is no. And Harry lives in Europe, the helping verbnya is no. So next.
Test yourself 312. Decide whether or not each sentence has helping a verb. This time the main verb are not underlined, and you might write her a letter. Congress fought on the bill, and Beth has survived that ordeal. Next, test yourself 321 or model. Underline the model in each of the sentences below. The sample is William should tell you the story. So the model is the underlined word, and the example is they must delay the invitation. You will find courage in your heart. Mr. Knight might go with you. And this is another tips in 32.1. There is some kind of helping verb that call it a model, or the basic model English are can, may, shall, will, must, could, might, should, or would. Next, test yourself in 322. Underline the model and put bold words line under the main verb in each of the sentences below. The sample is she will be happy. Another example is the curtains might hide the view. Paul could work on the problem. She can leave this afternoon. So the underline and the bold word is the model. Next, lesson 33, perfect have. There is another trip in 3031. There is a kind of helping verb in the verb have. It has three forms like have, has, and had. In test yourself 3031, there is underline the helping verb in each of the sentence below. It may be any of the three forms of have. In this sentence, it will always be directly before the main verb. The example is I have imagined this for years. And another example is the bridge has collapsed. Or that cheerful woman has saved the day. And my uncle have visited us every summer. Next, test yourself 3032. Underline the helping verb and put bold words under the main verb in each of the sentence below. The sample is he had gnawed his boss. And another example is John and Sam have worked for hours, and their mother has spoken of you often, and the Prime Minister had written to him. Next. Test yourself 3033. Have can be used as helping verb or as main verb. When have is used as the main verb, it refers to idea of provision. When have is used as the helping verb, it is always followed by another verb. So, decide is the main verb of an following sentence are being using or helping verb as the main verb. The sample is Jack had a good time. The helping verb and the main verb. So the another example is he has seen her often. So the helping verb is acts, and and there is no main verb. So you have a lot of DVDs. So there is no helping verb, and there is the main verb. So she had tacos for dinner. So there is no helping verb, and there is the main verb. Next. All right. I think that's all from our material today. Thank you very much for watching this video. We were sorry if there is a mistake while reading all the sentence. So thank you very much.
Alright, that's all from our explanation video. We were sorry if there is a mistake while reading the sentence. So, thank you very much for your kind attention.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.